はい、今、図書館に行こうか。行こう？行こうぜ。はい。
いらっしゃいませー。
図書館じゃないの？
すみません。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。何名様ですか？
二人です。
図書館です。はい。
おかしくない？なんで居酒屋っぽいやつ？
好きなところ座ってもいいです。はい。
はい。
どうぞ。お客様どうぞ。
はい。ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。はい。どうぞ。どの方がいいですか？
すみません。はい、すみません。
いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃい。コニガム様。
Watch him. Lord God. Where am I calling my name?
コニガムさんですか？
Izakayaです。Where am I calling for?
なんか、32歳のコニガム様です。
Alright. Calm down.
身長は185センチ。体重は120キロとか。あと、外国人かな、カニンハムさんは。
One heap of foreigner in here. Then we'll just wait till you call her next name and then you go.
Happy
Herbestos! What a signer!
すみません。はい。いらっしゃいませ。コニンハム様。どうぞ。
違います。今、トイレ行きます。はい。バカじゃないの。超うるせえじゃん。
This week's news review. Now, Typhoon Hagibis, as most people know, hit Japan last week Saturday, and the effects were felt from early as Friday night, with torrential downpour happening for almost a whole 24 hours. A tornado hit Chiba in Ichihawashi, causing damage there. An earthquake happened during the typhoon, as well as apparently a volcano erupted somewhere in Japan. So there were a lot of things happening, and I thought the world was about to end. I haven't started my family, and that sort of thing, and I was really worried. I haven't seen my parents in a while, so I was actually about to call and say, hey, this might be, ground zero for the rapture seems to be in Japan. Anyhow, Chiba wasn't majorly damaged this time, but a lot of prefectures that weren't really adversely affected the last typhoon, because of the amount of rain that fell, caused a lot of damage. Nagano Prefecture suffered. Nagano Prefecture, Miyagi, Fukushima, Iwate, Shizuoka. Persons were out of their homes, flooded, the river banks overflowed, and as such, some houses the land behind the raging rivers were eroded. A house actually fell into the river. There's footage online for that. Many persons are still in shelters, and according to Japan Times, about 4,400 evacuees as of Wednesday morning are still in emergency shelters. As a result of this, the Japanese government has allotted about 710 million yen on the reserves to tackle the Typhoon Hagibis damage. Persons are still missing. Up to Wednesday, 74 persons were confirmed dead and many others still missing. There were landslides. It was a lot of havoc. And, one of the things that got to me was that a lot of persons were saying that, the wind was underwhelming or there was too much hype for the storm. And to those persons, I would like to say, be careful of what you say, because most of the damage happens after the storm has passed, because we won't be able to check things. Additionally, you cannot overhype for a natural disaster. It's rather you're overprepared than underprepared. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oftentimes, because the infrastructure in the cities are much more developed and new and a bit more disaster ready, they are more able to withstand the effects of the modern day storm. Other areas in Japan might not be as developed or are close to rivers. There are no mountains, there are no tall structures to kind of break the wind and that sort of thing. So they're just like one big flat land. And so for me, a Jamaican who lived our country doesn't have a flat terrain. It's a lot of mountains and hills and stuff. So oftentimes places are insulated from the major heavy winds, or And yeah, I'm really sad about this. So Japan has qualified for the final eight of the Rugby World Cup after defeating Scotland. The Brave Blossoms going through. Anyways, as a result of that, a lot of people might be saying, hey, those Japanese players look awfully Japanese. You know what I mean? A diverse Japanese national team? What is the benefit of having a diverse population? Let's see. Well, you could be better at sports. You could be better at life in general. Interesting. I saw a lot of katakana in the names. So for those who don't know, Japanese user names are spelled either with hiragana or using kanji. When you see the katakana names, they're not exactly from Japan. But anyways, I hope that, we get a lot of 3-year and 5-year visas now because they see the use of foreigners in this country. No one? All right. Yep. And those are the major news items, I think, this week. So this came when about 2 or 3 years ago where I spent some time in Yokohama, my friend's house while he was away. Me and Jiri ended up staying there and we had a really good holiday that time. But something happened that up to this day, I still haven't processed properly. So me and Jiri we're traveling up and down in Shibuya and whatever, fine. We end up meeting 2 of our Jamaican friends, female of course. I said, let's go to have some drinks, whatever, and if anything, you can just stay by us if you can't catch the last train. So we're fine, boom, we're out having fun and we're drinking and whatever, having a good vibe and talking and catching up and whatever. By the way, these 2 days are fine. We're chilling and whatever. Then we end up catching the train back to our home station where we're staying. So the train is packed. The last train, everybody's on the train. And it was so packed on the holiday weekend, the girls were feeling a bit scared because they weren't in Japan that long. So Andre, being the gentleman that I am, and I'm big, I was bigger than I am now. Trust me, you don't. Basically, I stood up like this and protected the crowd from actually encroaching on them in space. They had their own space. Anyway, we're about to come off the train and people are pushing through and saying, excuse me, pushing through. Alright, so because I'm the biggest person, I think I let them off first, if I remember right. And then I was the last person to come off and I'm going past persons, excuse me. And as I'm coming off, I get pushed off of the train. So, I saw with the blood. And I look back and this Japanese man toughen up in face like, and I about to do something. I look back at the 2 girls. I'm a Virgin Jiri, and I'm like, yo, this not worth it. This not worth it, right? What do you think I should have done? What do you think I did? I did nothing because, I never wanted to end up in jail or deported. So this Japanese man pushed me off of the train, but didn't have the strength to push any other Japanese person off the train, but pushed me because he felt his power or whatever reason. And at that point, I was like, you know what? That was the moment where I realized that Japanese people really are just normal human beings. And they're not this whole mythological creature of niceness or unicorn or fluffy cotton candy or the paragons of virtue that so many of you speak of. It was normal. So from that, I just said, you know what? And the train door closed and it drove off. And I look and say, yo, boy, you're lucky the girls were here today. You're real lucky, fam. Come on, a top boy, innit? When they make them think they slide. Right, man, do that now, box him. Make the door close. Close the door. I'm gone. I was in Jamaica and there's a party weekend called Negril Weekend or ATI. And so every summer when I was in university, I would go to those series of events, save up money after working my holidays and go to the job, go to that party. So this year, this time I carried somebody down that I liked and we were kind of talking to each other. We weren't in a relationship yet, but we were kind of like, dating, I guess, going out or whatever, fine. This person was introduced to me by my other friend. So we had a crew called the Pentagon. We made of 5 people at the time, high school friends. So I was close friends with everybody, but the initial crew was 2 close best friends and 3 other friends came together. And then we knew each other from about grade 5, elementary school for those who don't know, 5th grade. Anyways, so every year people would bet on me losing my virginity. And I said, yeah man, this summer, Piggles that gone, dog. So I'm like, bro, I made a choice. No, it's not that like that. So this summer, I had a girlfriend kinda, and so my little brother was also there. So they went down before me and I drove down Friday night after work. Anyways, so we're down there having a good time and my girlfriend's like, I don't want you doing all of this, just calm yourself down, think nothing gonna happen, alright? I'm like, fine, whatever. So we end up sleeping in the same bed. And Anyway, so we go to the party, park a car, so you don't drive anywhere. You take the shuttle bus and everything, or walk to the venue. And we're drinking, having a good time, and we're talking in the room, and we bring our own food, and we cook and whatever. And we're there. Cooking meaning we had bully beef sandwiches and stuff, or tuna sandwiches. And we have our bottles of like 1800 tequila. We have a black Hennessy. We had Henny White. We were just out there without fear. Balling. Bacardi 151 is something you should not drink. It is actual rocket fuel. And it burns you from the fumes alone. Touch your tongue or your lips, burn up. It's burnt. I hated it. It's awful. So anyway, my friend said, let's take some shots of 151. 6 shots of 151. It was awful. I almost cried. I thought that at that point I lost my virginity right there because it burned everything right through my soul. Go home after the party. Everybody's tired and whatever. Everybody's sleeping. My brother is in his bed by himself sleeping. I am in the bed with my potential girlfriend. We actually became a couple after. So anyways, I'm sleeping. I sleep dead now. I didn't use to sleep dead back then. After we go back now, nigga weekend finish, get home, talking on the phone to the girl and said, yo, Dre, you know, I was really horny. And I'm like, okay, so why you didn't do something about it? Well, one morning when we were down in the grill, I was feeling really horny and I saw you had an erection. I was like, really? This girl raped me in my sleep? Did she give me a hand job? Did she suck? What did she do to me? I said, so, what, you mean, yeah? So what do you do? Well, Andre, I rolled over on top of you. I'm like, Jesus, yes! Yes, she do it! But I never remember anything. So was I drunk? What is that, rape? What is that? Hashtag me too? So she said, well, I rolled over and I was on top of you. And I was about to slide on, and then I look across and see a brother, and I never bother. I said, what? You just said to me? You never what? You never bother? Because me brother? Oh my God, my brother just cock blocked me and he didn't even know. I was so pissed for about a week because, you know, my younger brother, because of his mere presence, cock blocked me. Yeah. And, you know, we ended up didn't having sex at all because then all of a sudden, when we became a couple, she said, oh, she respected me and didn't want to touch me and I couldn't touch her. Oh, trust me, that relationship was a whole whirlwind. Maybe one day I can tell you the full story of how everything unfolded, but today is not that day. And I will see you in the next video. I might be on a little break while I'm in vacation in Jamaica, guys. So please don't get mad. There will be some videos up, of course, during that time, but you might not see the actual Pickles show. Alright, I love you all. Peace. And please remember to support the Jamaica Charity Gala on November 2nd. Alright, it's a good cause for the West Haven Home. It's about the third year it's being held. For the previous years, they have donated funds to the West Haven Home so they could get a vehicle that could carry persons in wheelchairs, which is really important because, you know, they need access and that sort of thing. So, if you're even unable to attend the event, please share it and promote it. It's in Tokyo. Also, if you can't even buy a full ticket, you can donate some money, I think. Please get in contact with Sasha Lee Higgs, all right, and see if you can donate something. We will take your money and give it to the kids, all right? See you guys in the next video. And check out also on November 4, Autumn and Artsy. It was postponed because of the typhoon. And yeah, support the Jamaican them doing them thing in Japan. All right, see you in the next video. Love you. Bye. Mwah.